Good afternoon, Colleton families. I am Colleton County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Valerie Kay. Joining me today are Colleton County School District Lead Nurse, Dania Dangle, and Lead School Psychologist, Audrey Isaacson. We are filming this video today to have a conversation about the district's many COVID-19 prevention strategies. We have received a large volume of phone calls and emails from our community members with questions about these prevention strategies, and we will have some answers for you for our most commonly asked questions today. First, I will offer some information on virtual and in-person learning, as well as school safety and security. So, what is our recommendation to school districts on school closures from the State Department of Education? Districts and schools, except for those virtual charters, are not permitted to offer only virtual instruction unless the district or school can no longer safely operate and provide face-to-face instruction due to staffing shortages and the increase in the number of positive cases. So, Colleton County School District, we are monitoring our school positive cases on a case-by-case basis, and then we will make decisions about school closures on a case-by-case basis. So what else are we doing to make sure that our children in quarantine are safe and they're getting the instruction that they need? As we're into the second week of school, we are almost finished with distributing our laptops and providing passwords and access to all of our platforms. Students are now ready to receive that digital access for all of their courses. Students will be given adequate time to complete any work missing during the transition to virtual in case of quarantine. Students who are in quarantine due to COVID-19 will continue to receive academic support through the use of Google Classroom. Some students will have to receive instruction by learning packets if they do not have digital access at home. Teachers will create assignments through the platform, and students will complete assignments within the defined period of time as instructed by their teacher. Also, students have access to Edmentum in grades K through 12. That's a digital learning platform that provides instruction and practice for students on their learning path, as well as Dreambox, and that's a digital math program for students in kindergarten kindergarten through 5. Students are also expected to complete assignments posted by the teacher in the Google Classroom and submitted assignments by the due time. If your child is struggling with assignments, please remember to communicate directly with your child's teacher and your guidance counselor. Students and parents can contact their teacher by way of email, Classroom Dojo, and Google Classroom with any questions you may have regarding your assignments. Not only are we providing strategies for our children to make sure that they're getting instruction, we're also practicing all of those mitigating the virus protocols. And what do they look like? Well, our students, our staff, as well as our visitors are wearing masks as they enter our district properties, as well as our school buses. We encourage district employees to receive the COVID-19 vaccinations. We work with our local health providers to make sure that they are able to help us schedule those vaccine clinics, so students and employees can receive those vaccinations. Death shields and barriers are provided in our school facilities. School buses are cleaned on a daily basis and disinfected once a week. Air purifiers are placed in all of our Colleton County School District classrooms. Students and visitors undergo temperature checks upon entering the properties. Social distancing is enforced wherever possible, and students and staff are encouraged to regularly wash their hands as well as practice any other sanitation techniques. Now, water fountains are not in use in the buildings, but we do encourage the use of a water bottle and our wonderful water fill stations in all of our buildings. Please note that we're doing everything we can to make sure that our children are safe, because safety is priority in Colleton County School District. Now, let's listen to our district lead nurse, Dania Dangle, and our district lead school psychologist, Audrey Isaacson, who will answer some questions on COVID-19 protocols.
Good afternoon, Team Colleton. I would just like to briefly go over a few of our frequently asked questions. What does quarantine mean? Quarantine is used to separate people who are in close contact of someone with a contagious disease, like COVID-19. This is a method used to prevent the spread of the disease. When someone is quarantined, they should stay at home and avoid contact with other people until the quarantine period is over. This includes people in your household as much as possible as well. What does isolation mean? Isolation is used to separate people infected with the virus, those with COVID-19 that have symptoms, and those who do not. They must remain at home or the place that they were told to isolate and avoid contact with other people during their isolation period as much as possible. This also includes avoiding contact with those in your home. How long should my student remain in quarantine? If your student has been identified as a student that should be placed on quarantine, they should remain at home for 14 days from the last contact with the COVID positive person. Can my student report to school while on quarantine? No. Any student that has been placed on quarantine must not report to school and may not attend or participate in any school-sponsored activities. What if my student receives a negative test while on quarantine? Can they report to school? No. A negative test result does not shorten the quarantine period. My student on quarantine has other siblings that attend school in Colleton County. Do they quarantine? No. Only the student that has been identified as a close contact will need to quarantine. What if my student tests positive but does not have symptoms? Can they report to school? No. Your student must remain out of school for 10 days. What if my student has symptoms of COVID but has not had any close contact with a COVID positive person? Can they report to school? Your student may report to school with proof of a negative COVID test, an antigen or PCR test, or proof that your student has been seen by a healthcare provider and an alternate diagnosis has been met. If your student provides an alternate diagnosis, that student must also meet DHEC's criteria for return to school before that student can be allowed to return. Please note that all information discussed today has been received from DHEC's current guidance referencing K-12 schools. As the virus continues to change, protocols and policies will change. Please keep in mind that the health and safety of our students are our top priorities. Always be sure to check our district's websites for any updates and changes to our frequently asked questions, and you may also reach out to me directly, Dania Dingle at colleton.k12.sc.us if you have any questions, or at my extension 71590. Everyone, please stay safe.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Audrey Isaacson, and I am the lead school psychologist in Colleton County School District. As we transition back into the school year, many of our students are experiencing stress and anxiety associated with the challenging times we are in. I wanted to take some time to share with you the ways that we are supporting our students' social and emotional needs at this time. In all of our schools, we have many different staff members to support our students' mental health, including school counselors, school psychologists, positive behavior support specialists, and mental health counselors. We are also focusing on social and emotional learning in all of our classrooms, which includes learning and talking about feelings, interacting with others, and personal responsibilities. schools are also incorporating mindfulness, which teaches students how to manage stress and relax their minds and bodies. Our school counselors and psychologists are also providing individual and group counseling to students who may need that support. We are also continuing to partner with Coastal Empire Community Mental Health Center to support the mental health needs of our students and their families. If you have any questions or concerns about your child's mental health or emotions at this time, please do not hesitate to reach out to their school and contact the school counselor or school psychologist there.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope that the community now has the information it needs on the many COVID-19 prevention measures that we have in Colleton County School District. I encourage you to wear your mask. I encourage you to get your vaccine. It is the way to contain the spread.